Hello, and welcome to the Layer Secrets podcast, where a bunch of geeks are playing Scum and Villainy. This is our ultimate session, our final session of this arc of Scum and Villainy. Last week, our intrepid crew went and infiltrated the Ghost's base on Lithios to rescue Tar Hoxen with the help of some ice pirates who, at a very opportune moment, bombed the surface of the secret base that the ghosts have, and they were able to rapidly leave, shall we say, while the ice pirates bombed it and then got a little overzealous and decided to invade the base as well, looking for booty. And they rigged up a temporary, like a jury-rigged ghost trap, small g slash big G ghost trap, and Climber cut open the two ghosts that were in front of them, cut open their envirosuits, and their insubstantial forms were sucked into the ghost trap, allowing the rest of the crew to run by and escape in the shuttle that they had taken to the base, and then return to the Star Dancer. And after that, there's a couple people who had been injured. The authorities, it was kind of loud with all that bombing going on Lithios and that weird dust up at the docks when they stole the shuttle. And so they're now wanted in the what is the name of the system again? The IOTA system.
IOTA.
So in their downtime, they cleared some stress. Doc patched them up a little bit. I know that at least Karma, unfortunately, has some electrical burns left over from that last job. But between Karma's talking with some people back in the Rin system and Ordwell's hanging out, laying low with his racing buddies, they have managed to clear the wanted level in the Rin system. So we've now they're able to move about the Rin system without authorities hunting them. However, who was it, by the way, who did get captured during the entanglements? Who did get grabbed and questioned by the authorities in the IOTA system, and then you had to bribe some people to get him out?
I believe I proposed it was Ordwell.
Okay.
That's right.
Sounds like something Ordwell would do.
Yeah,
you look kind of familiar. Didn't you once used to be somebody?
I think Ordwell was probably brought in under investigation for they were investigating illegal mods in the last big race, and heard that you and your crew were involved, and so they brought you in. But a little judicious applying of creds greased the wheels and got you out. However, some time has passed since then. Not too much time, but Tar Hoxen, through Vorex, gets a hold of you again, and has asked you for your help. They're a little desperate because they don't really know. They have ships and such, a few ships, but you know the space lanes a lot better than they do as the Mendicants, and in your line of work, you're able to get in and out of places unseen. And they are worried that emerald hearts, the information that you stole originally from Cambry for the ghosts, along with the information that Tar Hawkson gave up to the ghosts while he was incarcerated with them, might lead them to the emerald hearts on Amarath, and that Tar has figured out through with help from Borax, talking with her, that they might attempt to use the way powers that are concentrated in those hearts to activate the gate in Holt, the Hantu gate that is currently locked, which in our game, when the ghosts attempted to unlock that particular gate is when they became insubstantial. And Tar realized and had told you all in the last session that they believe that destroying the Hantu gate would get them their bodies back. And so he is asking for your help to stop the ghosts from destroying the Hantu gate. Ultimately, hopefully you can get the Emerald Hearts, find where the Emerald Hearts are on Amarath in some old ruins, and stop the ghosts from getting them.
So do the hearts destroy it or open it? Is that the thing?
Tar doesn't know. I don't
okay.
know if it does. The ghosts think that they can use it somehow. The hearts are a single heart. When we used to be called, I shouldn't open my mouth if I don't know the answer. The Emerald Hearts were used by the Mendicants when before they had to go into hiding. They were used to be called the Church of the Emerald Flame, and one of these hearts, Tar has one, and it changes you and opens you up to the way, and it changes you physically. And they know that there are more Emerald Hearts here, or on Amarath, which is in the Iota system, where you guys still are at the moment, and that they were looking for more to try and bring more people back into the Mendicants and allow them to unlock their way potential. I believe that Tar saying this, I believe that the ghosts think that they have a way to unlock, maybe destroy the Emerald Hearts, attach them to the Hantu gate. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they believe that having this cache of Emerald Hearts that we've been seeking will allow them to, with their own knowledge and technology, to destroy the Hantu gate. I don't really want to find out how they're going to do it. I want to stop them.
All right.
And apologize, everyone out there, our dogs are outside and they love seeing people. So, I'm not going to ask what's the plan. I'm going to ask what's the first thing you guys are going to do?
We're trying to prevent them from getting the hearts, right?
Right. That's the goal at the moment. So I guess, yeah. So preventing them from getting the hearts. What is your I was trying to find that.
Without ourselves destroying the hearts.
Right.
Preferably. Yeah, preferably. Like, how are you going to approach the engagement? So, the hearts are, Tar knows that the hearts are probably in one of the dig sites that is on Amarath. and he can lead you to those dig sites. And the question is how do you want to go in? Do you want to go in with assault, deception, infiltration, mystic, social, or transport?
I think this screams mystic to me. Sorry, Chris, what'd you say?
Nuke it from space. The only way to be sure.
They'd prefer that these ruins and the Emerald Hearts are not destroyed.
I'd prefer to be in a nice gambling den somewhere, but we don't get what we want.
I would prefer that we don't destroy them too.
You're saying, Aaron, like, oh, sorry, Twitch.
Oh, God. What's up, Ordwell?
So
What's up, my best buddy, Ordwell?
I'm hearing assault, and the point of attack.
Doc will sit down.
And the point.
Don't.
No, it's the GM. I'm hearing assault from Doc, and the point of attack is we need to go get a nuke.
Yeah. Flashback.
Yeah.
I was envisioning more like we get to the planet, we put Twitch in a suit, we toss him out the airlock, and he just hovers in space doing the Superman thing, feeling for which of the sites has the emerald, and then like we reel him back in, and he just kind of guides us because we're trying to find it, right?
We're trawling.
Right.
We're dragging him behind the ship. Trawling.
Right. That's right.
All right.
Like a dowsing rod.
Yeah. Perfect. I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
I mean, I get infiltration, but like we could also go in quietly and ask Twitch to like, you know, get a little more twitchy than before, but I kind of like just hanging him out of the bottom of the ship, like Firefly wise, like.
How many drugs do we have?
It's like the Han Solo line, right, from The Force Awakens. Like, that's not how the way works. Does today.
All right. So maybe not assault. Maybe infiltration.
Filtration.
Yeah, I could see, in all seriousness, I could see putting down outside of the site. We kind of sneak our way in. Twitch is probably our best, like, way detector, right? And then
between him and Tar is willing to go with you if you want.
Don't we have a gizmo that the professor built to detect ways?
You do still have that too.
Oh, right, I forgot. I thought we destroyed it. Which I think is actually probably a pretty reasonable outcome given our...
I think you used it and your jury rigging to make the ghost trap in the last one, but Doc has the schematics. He built one. He's rebuilt another one in the time that has gone by.
I gotcha.
Okay, that makes sense.
Good job.
And he made it smaller this time because, you know, second time around.
Exactly. Now it's strapped to the front of you. That's like a box. It looks like a lament configuration, but it's about twice as big.
I'd be like, Doc, don't you need those extra parts? Some of that looks like radiation shielding.
I'm a doctor. I know exactly how many rads we can take. It'll be fine.
I'm now envisioning Doc with a giant circle of, was it Dr. Huey from Buck Rogers? That was on Twiggy. That's what I'm envisioning if you wear that.
And we periodically download the new ship AI into it.
Yeah.
There we go. Beady, 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 beady.
That is a sound I have not heard in a long time.
No kidding.
All right, this brings us no closer to what we're actually doing. I apologize.
Right. So you are infiltrating, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And
use this Land
you
Rover.
have a Land Rover, so you could land nearby, take the Land Rover to get close to some of the places that Tar has pointed out to you. I guess to make it easier, since there are a couple of different places, Tar will go to one of the other sites. He'll point out one of the sites to you and then go to one of the other sites to kind of split you up, so that you can cover more ground. However, let's look at the engagement roll here. Let's So, particularly bold or daring, overly complex. It's not overly complex. You're landing and you're driving up to the site. I think. I don't think it's bold or daring either. What do you think? Per se?
Not especially.
No.
Not especially.
Suppose not in the context of the mission.
Let's see. Friends or contacts provide aid or insight. Yes. So that's another die. Because Tara already is. I will give you one extra die for Tyr, because Vorak and the Mendicants are both helping you out with locating where this thing is going to be. And you're not really exposing a vulnerability or going against its strongest approach. So sounds like 3 dice. So engagement roll. Okay. So we got a 5. You all crunch through the forest. This area of Amarath is unpopulated. Large portions of Amarath are more agricultural, more well-tended forests and such like that. People living with the land and cultivating the land, and using the native species here for things like medicines and such like that. This area is still unexplored, which is why these ruins have not really been explored up until now. And so it's lush jungle. As you get out of your Land Rover, you get the distinct feeling of being watched by probably multiple predators that inhabit this forest. You just have this kind of weird feeling that you're being looked at and watched.
So a heavy loadout is what you're suggesting. I see.
I don't know. Yeah, so this is a good time to ask. What's your, mark your loadout on your sheets.
I will go with a heavy loadout.
Ditto.
Dagger is in fact loaded for bear.
Right.
Hey, who's on my mechanic spot?
I was actually.
Oh. I'm like, hey, I chose a heavy loadout. All right.
You did now.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go heavy too. Why not?
Okay. So you guys see the site. You see some small temporary structures, some generators, etc., for what was obviously a dig site out here. And you see that there's been kind of a ramp, an excavation. So there's like a dirt ramp leading down into underground. There's the top of some sort of ziggurat type structure here, but it looks like the entrance was buried long ago, and so they've dug down to the entrance. There's currently no one at the dig site that you can see. If you think of it in your mind's eye, kind of something like where the rebels were in Yavin 4 in Star Wars New Hope. So that sort of set of flora, fauna, and ancient stone buildings.
Okay.
Dagger's going to fit right in. Just he'll blend right in with the natives. It's all going to be perfect.
Yep. The lime green coloring really fits.
Yeah, that's good.
Indeed, it does.
Okay, well, I'll start sneaking down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sounds like a job for the rogue, or the sneak,
Okay.
or the scoundrel.
I'll start sneaking my way down.
All right. Yeah, you make your way down from your Land Rover, the area that you guys parked at. You make your way down to the site. As you get down there, you start to see signs of that these temporary structures have been gone through. There hasn't been an attack that you can see. There's not signs of things ripping things up or anything like that. But from what you had known, the people who were digging here had been pulled off a while back and just hadn't come back. It looks like something has been here since their archaeological crew, the Mendicants archaeological crew, had left due to rainy season, had not come back yet, and are now all of these structures have been ransacked.
Mm.
Okay, well.
But it appears clear for everybody to come down.
Start poking around, but give them all clear. Come on down.
All right.
Oh, I'm going to. I have my Urbot, my small Urbot,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I'm gonna have. I have a name for it somewhere. I'll have to go back and find it. But I think I'm just gonna What's my character sheet? I'm imagining it's floating around oh my gosh. The name of the orb in Halo. Anybody? The little thing that doesn't
Never played Halo, sorry.
Oh my god. All right. So anyway, little orb that's just a big eye on the front of it, and it's bit. There you go. I just set it off to scout the area, right? Do airborne surveillance, see if there's the most I'm telling it to look for the most recent disturbances, places which might have freshly blah blah blah.
Okay.
It's been a long day.
Okay. Go ahead and mark that out on your loadout. So your Urbot kind of floats off, kind of goes in a structure, looks around, comes back out, goes in another structure, comes out, scans one of the generators, and then scans tracks, etc. Comes back to you a few minutes later with kind of a 3D LiDAR type scan of the area, and highlights that the most recent disturbance would be tracks heading down, or you can't tell if they're down or up because they're more machinery type tracks. Gotcha. But heading down the ramp.
The answer to my earlier trivia question was 343 Guilty Spark.
Obviously.
That's the Halo, or is that the name of?
No, that's the Halo. So yeah, I actually
Okay.
haven't done that research yet.
Okay.
I don't have a wiki for my own stuff.
Gotcha. I'm trying to remember the name of the ghost in your ghost in Destiny that was voiced by Peter Dinklage for a little while.
I
think it was just Ghost, but all right. So what are you all doing?
Yeah, down towards the tracks.
Yeah, I guess follow the tracks for right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All the while, kind of glancing about, hand nervously on the blaster, assuming I have one.
I could try to sit here for a second and try to attune to these little heart thingies. See if I could track one down. Maybe they haven't found, or a little cache of them or something.
Sounds like a plan to me.
You could do that
That's why
too.
you're here. I mean, we respect and we honor you, and really we appreciate you for all of your skills. But this is the one that we actually have you here for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what? If I didn't have to do this, then I love you guys.
You know, I will point out to Twitch that Ordwell did go and hang out with his mechanic buddy and the other racers during his last downtime.
Oh, you traitor! We're just gonna we're gonna get into a dust cloud fight right here.
Don't worry about that. Concentrate. Don't worry about that. Concentrate. Here, take this. Eat it, smell it, burn it. Doesn't matter.
Eat it, smell it, burn it.
All of the above.
So is Twitch gonna sit, kind of sit and attune here?
Yep, right here, right in the middle of the road, or whatever.
I will make sure nothing eats you.
All right, what does that look like?
All right, so since I've been practicing on the ship of in my last downtime, I basically spent the entire time just sitting there figuring out how I want to actually connect into the way and how I need to do it, and trying to get away from taking drugs, and then realizing that nope, I need to take the drugs. So,
oh man, I'm tired of all this concentration. I need to do some drugs to really relax myself.
Exactly. So he is basically, but he's started to figure out a way to like open himself up a little easier now that he's gotten more experience, and everything that happened with the comet and everything from before is really just kind of like it feels like opening up his sinuses, but it's more opening himself up to the way.
Okay.
Just breathes it in a little easier.
Gotcha. So the neti pot full of drugs to open up your sinuses.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so he's good to sit down, pull out his illicit drugs from the big old stash that we got, and go to it. However, drugs be done. Okay.
So question then is, so it sounds like you're going to want to do an attune roll.
Yes.
So let's talk about attuning. So because of the way that the situation that you guys are in with the engagement roll and stuff, it's going to be a risky. Okay. I would say with standard effect. Are you attempting to get any extra bonus dice there?
Yeah. Because 3 is probably not enough for me.
Yeah. I'll be just kind of off the side being like his life coach, but really just like making sure that we're like based on prior experience. Like Doc would actually be better for this, like maintaining the IV drip, right? Like, not to, make Chris have to do stuff, but like,
well, I'm up for it if I can help. I mean,
I can see Ordwell's there and he's like measuring out the drugs, and he's like, I mixed it with this, and like I can see Doc going over, you're gonna kill him.
Yeah. So yeah, I can help.
Okay. So 1 stress, but you're going to assist. Yep. So that's 1 extra die. So that's 4 total.
Woohoo!
Are you going to push yourself? Devil's bargain? Spend a gambit?
Well, let's see. What is this devil's bargain?
Well, the devil's bargain, I would say, is you are very close to Amarath. Is known for its connectivity to the way due to the different precursor ruins here. And, if the emerald hearts are here, it's supposed to be a whole cache of them. So opening up to the way could have some fairly unforeseen consequences here that if you do not, let's see, Devil's Bargain is supposed to be, it does happen, as part of it.
So I attuned.
You know what? You have never attuned. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you've never attuned on a planet's surface before.
I have not. No, every time I've done it, it's been on a ship.
I think that you will open yourself up to the way, but are not expecting how potent it will be in this area, and you will suffer a level 1 harm of. I want to think of a cool name, but the only thing that is coming to my mind is way ache. You know, it's like a headache, but in the way. Can't really define where in your body you're feeling it. It's kind of outside your body.
Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say it's the wangover, but that just sounds bad.
That does sound bad. We could call it that. It's the wangover.
It's the wangover. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. I'll take the devil's bargain.
Okay, so that's 5 dice.
And I'll take the level 1 wangover.
Yep.
All right.
All ones.
You got this, man. I have faith in you. It's completely unjustified, but I have faith in you.
We have faith that you will get all ones.
If I didn't see like 3 heads on you right now, I would be so upset. Oh God.
Did we call it? Did Chris call it?
1, 3 2s, and a 4.
So,
all right.
You got 4? I mean, what more do you want?
Could have been worse.
A 4 is you do it, but there's a consequence, suffer harm, complication, reduced effect, or you end up in a desperate position. You open yourself up to the way and are immediately assaulted by all of the life, all of the way energy, etc., all around you. And you can sense a stronger concentration of the way in that structure. But I'm going to say you have a reduced effect. Is you think it is in that structure, but unfortunately you are not doing, you did not attune well enough to determine like exactly where the emerald hearts are. But you will, like, if it comes to do we take a left or a right, or do we go through this door or not go through this door, you will know which way to go. But you haven't pinpointed the location.
I got it. Oh.
All right, it's going to take him a little while to reboot.
It's in that building. I can feel it.
So what's preventing us from entering that building?
Oh, my head.
Nothing at this point. You guys could enter it without any issues.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah, we have to throw Twitch over somebody's shoulder and let's go.
Oh.
Well, we got a guy for that. I mean, he's a bot, but he's a guy.
Sure. Yeah,
He's one of the
I could carry Twitch.
Tonight, Orwell's just giving everybody else instructions.
This is colloquially referred to as a piggyback ride.
Yeah,
I do not know which of us is intended to be the pig in this situation.
Orwell goes over and like struggles to pick up Twitch. They're just like,
Oh.
you guys, will you just stop?
You're embarrassing yourself.
It's heavier than he looks. It's a lot of dead weight. I could totally have picked him up normally. We should go that way.
Okay. So you head down the ramp. You see at the bottom of the ramp that there's a bucket loader sort of thing that has helped to clear this, the ramp. However, it also appears to have been used fairly recently to smash in the wall that had been exposed by the up until now careful digging. And so there's the remains of some sort of door, and part of the wall has been smashed to pieces, that you guys can crawl over and pick through and get inside without any other issues. And as you enter, you see you see corridors that Twitch helps you to navigate which direction you need to go. And to your dismay, most of it looks untouched for aeons. Who knows how long? Except for the way that you're going, in which case you see a combination of mechanical, either true mechanicals or some sort of equipment, and footprints. Basically a trail that, as Twitch points in the directions that you need to go, that trail happens to also go in those directions. And eventually you get to a large inner chamber, and by large, your light sources cannot even reach to the other side. And you see these cyclopean structures or statues, sculptures, all around in some sort of precursor unknowable pattern, at least unknowable to you right now without a significant amount of study. And you see, actually I'll say Twitch, you feel where the hearts would be if they were here. And they are not.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Okay. Okay, first off, all that rumbling was not good at all. I don't know if you have stabilizers or something to help you walk smoother next time, but oh man.
Would you like some cheese with that wine?
Lovely.
Secondly, they would have been right over there, but I don't know how to explain this, but they're not there where they're supposed to be.
I'm
You are
gonna go
struggling
over to
with
where
the
he
tons.
says they were supposed to be and look around and see what I see.
You see one of the ones that is within reach of your human height. You do see that there's that whatever was in this little niche or this mount looks like it could have been what you understand to have been an emerald heart, but there's some damage all around it, as if something has pried whatever was here out. So someone seems to have done some tomb raiding.
Okay, so I'm looking around for discarded recent things that would indicate who did this tomb raiding. Okay.
Searching around some more, you all end up finding some shut down mechanicals around the area, some digging equipment, and two really weirdly, it's hard to describe. They're two bodies here. Their skin is kind of a grayish blue, and there's no obvious reason on their outside other than the fact that they have grayish blue skin, when normal human is more pinkish or other colors. They are dead. but there's no other seeming cause of death.
I'm going to take a look at one of the bodies.
Okay.
I was going to say, I know you're a doctor, not a mortician, but
Actually,
there's only one thing, that keeps those two apart, and it's a smaller thing than you would expect.
Yeah. In fact, he's a physiker.
Yeah.
Which gives him
extra
gather information when studying a malady or a corpse.
Yeah.
Wow, impressive. Okay, so you are actually
I am actually. Yes. So I will be gathering info. Do I need to roll some stuff here, David?
Yeah, you may study. I think that was we ruled that we figured out that study was an extra die, or was that a bump up in effect?
I think it was an extra die on study.
Okay.
So that'll give me 3. Oh, also, all of us get an extra 1 die on our recovery rolls for if that comes up. Yeah, at the end of the game here. All right, I think 3 will probably do us. Let's see what I say. 5.
Yeah, we'll say it's a pretty controlled area, but standard effect because you're not doing this in the heat of battle.
Yep. Got a 5. That's the highest.
Okay. 5 is not bad. Where did this go?
Yeah, it's not a 6, but
it's not a 6. It is not a 6.
It's also not a 4.
True. It is neither of those things.
Okay. You hesitate a little bit. I mean, this could be some sort of weird poison or contagion. So you stay back a little bit, is how we'll describe that 5 there. Let's see. The minor consequences is you don't know exactly what killed them. This appears to be something that both of them suffered the same death, even though the bodies are fairly separated in this chamber. But what this was happened to them over the course of days or weeks. So it was some sort of degenerative condition.
All right. So I'll relay this. This was a slow death. This wasn't instantaneous. I don't know if they brought it in with them or if something happened here and they couldn't move. But I think there's only one thing we can do is loot the bodies and see if
Twitch, your wangover gets worse when you approach the bodies.
Okay. Nope. Stepping back.
Whatever caused these 2 people's deaths is associated with the way.
Okay. Well, I'll take a look and see if they've got any emerald hearts on them at least.
They do not. Although as you're going through and you realize that it's not a contagion, and you search their bodies, you see a lot of of similar like key cards and identification and tools that you saw on the same on the minions at the Ghost's base.
All right, yeah. So I'll also share that. These look like ghost minions, guys. These look like maybe these were cannon fodder sent in here to get the thing and set off any traps.
So, are you saying that they got this thing like weeks ago?
Is there any discarded recording?
Sorry. Go ahead, Aaron.
Is there any discarded recording equipment? Like, we're here to do some study and we want to record all this.
It appears that they did not care about recording or study. But Doc, when Twitch mentions like were they here weeks ago, these bodies appear to be several days old.
Yeah, not weeks, but certainly several days.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, can we
within
check
the
in with?
week.
Can we check in with Tar and see how he's doing? Because obviously there's not much to find here now.
Sure. You communicate with Tar. Tar says the dig site here that I came to see seems to be undisturbed, but it's only one of the possible Emerald Hearts areas. I can get a crew in here and we can open things up a little faster to see if there's anything here. But if we could defend this site that I'm at against the ghosts, that would help. How are things over there?
I think we found where they were, and they're gone.
Oh no.
So there's not much for us to do anymore.
And we found evidence that the hearts were here and are no longer.
That's really not good.
It was like days ago. It wasn't us. We didn't lose them.
No, I mean it. Yeah.
I picture Twitch saying that.
The only thing I can think of is they're on their way to the Hanto Gate now. I don't know how they could have gotten here. You said that they were all at the. You said that all four of them were at their base before.
You saw two.
Yeah, we only saw two of them.
Oh,
we only saw two dead bodies.
Well, okay. No, we only saw two of the Ghostbusters at their base.
Oh, from before.
Okay. So maybe the other two weren't there and were already on their way here?
Certainly possible.
I mean, I guess the only thing that we can do now is head to the Hantu Gate and hope we can stop them there.
Of course we can. Don't worry, I made some alterations.
Oh.
So are you guys headed back to the ship, or are you guys gonna do anything more here?
To the ship, I think.
I guess before we take off, kind of looking at the structure or whatever where the hearts were pried out of. Does it look like it was? I want to say like a power source, but does it look like it was there for some kind of purpose? Like it was supposed to work in tandem with some of the stuff that is around as some kind of machine or something?
I mean, maybe? Like, are you... you could maybe roll a rig, or
I was going to say, I'm trying to see how it was rigged together.
It's a precursor. To you, it looks like a giant sculpture or something, a giant structure that had, these weird alcove socket things all over it, and they're all empty now. But precursor technology works differently than human technology. So it usually takes a while to investigate and understand it. However, you've dealt with it a lot. You are also really good at attuning. So, if you want to try and figure out what this was, you can.
Yeah, I'll try to do that.
So,
hopefully I don't go gray.
Right. So what do you, is this going to be a rig or an attune or what?
I guess I'll try to attune to it, see if it speaks to me, I guess.
With the Wangover, you're going to have less effect because you have the level 1 harm.
Yeah.
I'd say spend one of the gambits.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 4 dice.
Yep.
Okay.
And So he's like studying the mechanisms, right? So I could assist.
You could.
What was it? To stress with my own rig.
It's since you're doing it, you're an assist. It's 1 stress to assist.
Okay.
So that's 5 dice.
So that 5 dice. 5 tasty dice.
You know what? I'm gonna push myself.
Okay. So that's 2 stress for you.
I'm working through this wangover. Yeah.
I can try to help, maybe give you something for the wangover.
I think Ordwell's already
all right.
doing the assist.
All right, okay, cool.
Although if you would, Chris, if you would look up Doctor to see if you can get rid of like a level 1 harm during an adventure. I've never actually looked that up.
Let me take a look.
I mean, there has to be a reason there's a doctor skill, right?
I would say it's not something that you can do at this very moment. Like for this role, but it would be useful because you've got a little bit of time on board the ship if you're headed toward Holt, the Holt system.
Yeah, let me dig
completely opposite from last time.
Okay. I was going to say it's risky with limited effect because of your the wangover.
Fine. I got 2 6s, 2 5s, and a 4.
Okay.
Sorry, I get to roll again. Hang on.
2 6s.
3 6s, 2 5s, and a 4.
2 6s, a 5, and a 4. Oh, you had 5 dice. Okay. Yeah. You did get a critical increased effect.
You become standard again.
You get standard effect. You realize, yes, this thing was some sort of device or some sort of machine that the would use. You get flashes of maybe how it was used in your mind as you connect kind of to the way of this. And you kind of feel something reaching back to you as you attune with it, and then the visions end. We'll keep that in our back pocket here for possible use later. But yes, you have some sort of connection with these devices, idols, sculptures, something.
All right. Huh. Interesting. Okay, yeah, we should probably go stop these guys from blowing up this gate, right?
That sounds like a reasonable plan.
Yep. You guys head back to the ship, and head back to your Land Rover, climb on in, drive through the forest, head back to the ship. As you're driving up to the ship, you realize that the landing ramp is open. You don't remember if you left it open or if something opened it. But as you're driving up, you see something small, some sort of creature sitting at the top of the landing ramp that is in that's in the entrance to the ship. Chris, if you could describe that creature for us again.
Oh God!
So it's roughly the size of a large squirrel, but it doesn't have a big fluffy tail. In fact, it doesn't seem to have much of a tail at all. And that's the unusual part, is that it doesn't seem to have a face either. Where its eyes and mouth and nose should be, there are about probably 4 to 5 dozen little holes in a honeycomb pattern. And protruding from each of them sometimes is a little pink stalk, at the end of which is kind of a suction cup, like a fingered suction cup. And these things sort of undulate in and out of these little holes in its face as it looks around, tastes whatever it's doing to take in its environment. It's kind of like the 3D metal pin puzzle that you put your hand in, and it makes an impression, but in the worst possible way.
Oh my god, kill it with fire.
It then runs into the ship and disappears as you pull up to the ship. And we'll take a short break here.
That's horrendous.
That looks so cute.
Welcome back. All right. When last we left off, our intrepid crew was headed back to their ship and then saw a tiny yet disturbing creature run into the ship. But they have not been able to find it since returning, and have since taken off. I would also like to point out to those who are watching, because you all didn't know, the Star Dancer had an upgrade between last adventure and this adventure, and so they've chosen an AI module for their ship and an alien pet, which just boarded. So
That's so cute.
Pet.
yes. And also, while we're on break, Doc, do you want to try to remove the negative effects of the way
I do.
influence
And I've got
off of Twitch as
Yes.
Ordwell preps the ship for departure?
I've got a 3 in Doctor, so I will roll that.
Okay.
Look at that, a 6 and a 5.
All right.
Yay!
So Twitch, go ahead and clear that weight, the weighing over from you.
I'm no longer wong over.
Yes. You are right over. So what's the plan here? What's the goal at this point?
Fly that really fast, really fast.
Uh-huh.
So when we get on our way, we turn,
Got it.
catch up with the ghosts and prevent them from doing the bad thing.
Okay.
With speed and style.
You are all
Beams at the Tannhauser Gate.
yes. You are all currently in Iota. The Hantu Gate is in Holt, which is 2 systems away. So 2 jumps away. 2 gate jumps away. You are currently wanted in Iota, but you luckily are no longer wanted in Rin, which is what the system you will be hopping through. So let me go ahead and just make a couple die fortune roll. Let's see how things go. 5. You're doing okay. Things are slow between the Rin at the Holt gate, between Rin and Holt. The gate there has always been really strange. It was the second gate, the second system. Holt was the second system that was opened up to the hegemony once they had found the proper keys to that gate, the precursor gate. But it is a gate that's not entirely stable. It will sometimes open without any apparent outside influence. Definitely not any hegemonic influence, like the people who control the gate and the people who have ships that can control gate openings, like yours. The gate will sometimes open on its own. Nothing comes through, or apparently comes through, but it will open and shut at weird times randomly, or seemingly randomly. And so something delays you at the Holt gate, while the hegemony makes sure the Guild of Engineers there makes sure that the gate is safe to travel through. And so, but you eventually get through with only a fairly minor delay. And then you head into the Holt system. Holt is the second system to be colonized. Although I'm skipping over that the gate remains temperamental, which I just told you guys. The Holt system star is a bright white star. It is far older than the stars of this type should be, however, which hegemonic scientists attribute to ancient manipulation. So the precursors, the could manipulate entire star masses back there.
Put that on your Etsy profile.
Yeah. So the major planets here, major places here are Mem, Sanhandra, and Voss are the three major planetary bodies. However, you are currently refueling at trade platform auto number 4, which is the guild set it up as an automated platform for selling fuel covered in defensive systems to deter theft. Because of this, some parties conduct negotiations here to discourage escalation. However, no one knows what happened to the first 3 platforms.
Oh, very cute. My good and dear friends.
I gotta rewatch that someday.
I am Zathras.
Yes. Nobody listens.
Nobody listens to Zathras. This
Okay, so
is wrong tool.
We're refueling at Babylon 4 pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay.
Babylon trade platform auto number 4 is we'll say fairly near-ish the Hantu Gate, or at least as it is currently orbiting around the sun.
Okay.
So you do pick up some extra chatter on your comms devices about it seems you're not able to decrypt it, but it seems like the in-system chatter could be military, could be system police. The chatter on those channels is elevated from what you are used to in a place like Rin or Iota.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to propose a flashback.
Okay.
We knew that there was, so we knew the location of the potential of the gate that they were going to go after, right?
Hantu Gate, yes.
Hantu Gate, the Hantu Gate. And so we also knew that we had only encountered 2 of the ghosts. So I'm going to suggest that while we are doing our downtime, we talk to Raft, Burek of the Ice Pirates, and suggest that they come to this system or maybe we work a connection, right, or whatever. Like we work the network to get a couple of ships here ahead of time to just kind of observe to see if any funny stuff is going on. So obviously it didn't help us before because we would have come here first. But now that we're here, they could like report in as like, hey, this is the funny stuff we've seen in the system.
Okay.
Unless they were the funny stuff that happened.
Well,
so, yeah, I would say that's probably like a 2 stress flashback.
I'll take it.
Okay. And let's see. I don't know. That sounds, I'm trying to think if that would. I mean, if you paid them, they would certainly come here. Otherwise, I would say you probably need like a sway or a consort sort of role.
I do have one Pippin sway.
Yeah,
I think
your scoundrel's really good at
was gonna
swaying
say.
people to doing what she wants.
And
This
you
is
two
true.
did spend your downtime together, didn't you?
we did.
Yeah,
Pirates could have been there just taking in the pod races and be like, hey, you know,
it's nice being in a place that isn't frozen over.
I think that does sound like a good idea. If Aaron is cool with taking the stress.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. I guess that would be. That would
And I
make
could
sense.
assist her as part of the flashback, right? Because I could use my sway. Or,
Yes, if you want to assist, it'll be 1 point of stress for you to assist on the sway roll.
Right. So we're like having a great time, drinking, watching the pod races, gambling, whatever. But, Aaron's doing the pain, so I'll let Aaron talk.
So trying to convince them to, what are we trying to convince them of?
We want them to scoot over to it was the whole system, right? To keep an eye out for any funny business, as we suspect the other ghosts may come here at some point, or like ghost forces are going to come here. So while we were going to excavate, we wanted them to kind of come and keep an eye on things. Maybe, engage in a little light piracy if they're feeling like it, but
Okay. What's my read on these people? Are they particularly inclined? And
These are the people that you helped repair their ship, and they bombed the Ghost's facility, which gave you the distraction you needed while you were in the detention center.
That's been pretty profitable for you guys. Like, in our sphere, there's been a lot of interesting tech that has come your way, and there's no reason for that to stop. We have another interesting possible set of techs that we'd like to help you out with.
I mean,
but we need, it's a give and take sort of a thing. I'm sure there's other scrappers. But
it's been really profitable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's also been, it's been really nice dealing with you. I mean, maybe after all of this, we could take in some more pod race type stuff. Just you and me.
Oh.
I feel funny.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
We need a chaperone.
I would say, so let's do, I would say a risky, since you rebuffed Raph's advance there, standard effect. So right now you've got 2 dice in sway. You've got Ordwell assisting for a 3rd die. Do you want any more dice? Do you want a Devil's Bargain?
Take a Devil's Bargain. Let's see what that's about.
Oh, okay. I think the Devil's Bargain is that Raph has somehow boxed you into a date after all this goes down.
You picked the wrong pod racer to bet on.
You can say no to the Devil's Bargain.
I'll take it.
Okay. So that's 4 dice. You could use a gambit if you wanted one.
I don't think it's that important.
Okay.
Let's go. Oh, well, let's roll all the dice. That's usually, oh my goodness.
Good, oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh,
3 6s and a 5.
Wow.
Damn.
It's the
So we
anti-twitch.
gotta-
The dice to believe me.
It's the anti-twitch.
So that means we get another gambit, right?
Yeah.
You did not spend a gambit. Yeah, you are right. You are right.
Nice.
So you are back up to 3 gambit.
Good call there, Aaron.
Yeah. So, so I would say as you're waiting at, as you're gathering info and intel at the trade platform.
I not have to date him? I got a date for Twitch or something.
No, the devil's bargain is still the devil's bargain.
Aww.
But one of the things that you find out at the trade platform is one of Raph's people approaches you. They left a small contingent here on the trade platform to get messages and collect things so that they would have them just in case something went wrong. They say that the ghosts are definitely here. And that they've called in some of their allies that are giving the system police a lot of trouble. That the Ashtari Cult and the Sun Eaters are also here. And to remind you guys, the Sun Eaters are they're archaeologists who believe that they can recreate jump gate technology, but they believe they need the power. They need the power of an entire star to power the jump gate. So if they're successful, it will probably collapse and destroy a star.
They don't have any particularly strong feelings about us, do they?
The pre-game one, I believe you guys.
Yeah, that's
went
right.
Up against
we had a run-in with them in our session 0 with our temporary characters, but
right. You have had no contact with these.
That's what I thought
at all.
I just wanted to make sure I was remembering correctly. Thank you.
The Ashtari Cult are precursor worshippers that claim that they are descended from the and they inhale gases from the Ashtari cloud. I believe you guys did interact with them, but I'm not seeing them in my list.
What's the name of the cult?
The Ashtari Cult.
So many cults.
It might have been the other game with the other crew. The Ashtari cloud has precursor ruins and stuff in it, so they collect the gases and then inhale the gases to connect more with the way. And
so it's
the
a cult
Ashtari
of vapors.
Yeah, the Ashtari cloud is in Rin, but they aren't based in Rin. So they export that gas
for tax purposes.
For tax purposes,
headquarters in Rin.
Yeah. And so they are allied also with the ghosts. You're not sure how they're gonna how those two groups are gonna help, but evidently, whatever ships they have and whatever trouble they can cause, they have been causing in this system for at least a week.
Whoa.
And this information couldn't get to you earlier because, like, Ansible transmissions between systems are usually pretty expensive, and so they're not. And the gate to Holt has been acting up, or to Rin in this case from Holt.
So what do you think the odds are they came through here?
Pretty good.
Seems like they were kind of setting up their way.
Yeah.
No pun intended. To get through here.
Well, do you want to do your whole way probe thing again?
I could try. You want to see if they're still here?
Yeah.
That'd be
All right.
a little. I'm going to tell you right now. It's going to be a very difficult thing because
Big scale.
if you're looking at like reaching
The
out
entire-
across the entire system of Holt. You do know where Hantu Gate is. It's a known fixed coordinate in the system.
Yeah.
Or we could just head to the gate and
We
Which
could do that.
yeah.
ping when we get closer.
See if I get a ping.
Yeah.
See if I
And
can
you do know
sniff
that like these gates built by the precursors are nigh indestructible. You're not aware of anyone trying to destroy them, but they have taken asteroid impacts and not gotten scratched.
Okay. So the power of these hearts must be pretty hefty if they think that they could destroy it.
Well, no one's tried to throw a heart at one yet.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So you guys are flying out that way?
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Yep.
I mean, if we're all refueled and everything, then yeah, I guess we will.
Okay. As you head out, you're heading toward the Hantu Gate, and a voice that almost none of you have heard before rings out throughout the ship and says, Ordwell. Ordwell.
Yeah. Acknowledge. Who's there?
Yeah, I'm picking up some ships like and weapons fire out by the Hantu Gate.
We all hear this, or just him?
This is the ship AI.
Yeah. I installed this. I gave it the voice that I hear of myself in my head. This is how I think I sound, guys. Does it sound like me?
Totally. 100% reasonable facsimile.
So, can you identify the factions?
There's a large set of hegemony ships out there, but I can't identify the others.
Blue lasers and red lasers.
Yes, I only know half of the battle.
Yeah. So, are you picking up any unusual energy readings?
Not right now, no. Other than, lasers, particle cannons,
But there isn't, like,
subatomic particles.
It's as helpful as Twitch too.
There's no is there a particularly large, I don't know, star-killing size ship there, or
No,
any ship that stands out amongst the others?
not. I mean, there's definitely a hegemony dreadnought out there, and several assistant, smaller ships, something. I don't know. I'm not a military AI.
What kind of an AI are you? Exactly.
I'm one you could afford.
Oh, that's right. I was
Refrigerator.
going to say discount is the adjective. The discount AI.
Slightly better than flipping a coin.
Yes. The last one they had at the dollar store.
Also, you are
Almost
out of
free
milk.
insults.
Yes.
Hey, I told you when you bought me that I was saving up for my own body and stuff like that. This is just a temporary gig.
What I really want to do is direct.
Yeah.
I'm just doing this to put myself through college.
Yeah.
I've got this off Broadway play in mind.
So if we think it matters, I could use my new exceed specs ability to really just throw the ship into overdrive, and I mean I may damage part of the ship doing it. I'm not sure if the may is you may, as in I'm allowed to damage the ship in order to get a bonus, or if I do the check, the possibility I will damage the ship to get a bonus. I think it's probably you're damaging the ship to get a bonus.
Yeah, it says while on board a ship, you may damage a ship system you have access to in order to gain +1d or +1 effect to the roll.
So the damage will occur.
Right.
Yes, the damage will occur.
Yes.
Right.
Nice.
But it's a big ship, and she's not going to fly apart right away. Do we even need the cargo holds right now?
You have 3 hull and 2 engine quality.
Is that so? When you damage the ship, it would damage you mark off one of the.
Yep.
We haven't really damaged the ship previously.
Yeah. You would damage either hull or engines because you don't have any quality in comms or weapons.
Right. So I'm proposing I damage the hull. Don't worry, she'll hold together. She'll hold together. Hear that, girl? Hold together.
Baby!
To try and get us into the vicinity of the gate as quickly as possible, with the assumption we might actually be able to do something, or at least I don't know. Maybe Twitch can reach out with the way and
activate the gate,
or at least find the ship. I mean, the next thing, it feels to me like our next step is some sort of boarding and/or ramming action.
Depending
on how much time we have left.
I'm gonna probably use this metaphor incorrectly, but I'm going to flip the script a little bit. And I'm going to say, you get to the gate, and if you're not there in time, you can call for a flashback and push it. Okay.
I'll take it.
All right.
But as you get near the gate, you are hailed by Hegemony Military, and the AI says, they're warning us off that this is a restricted space, that you're not, that you need to leave or be fired upon.
That seems excessive.
Isn't that what we're trying to do, is leave?
Can we put a sort of hollow illusionary thing on us?
No, it didn't do what we thought it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was for displaying maps and stuff. It wasn't for holo projecting on the outside of the hull, because that would have been super cool.
Yeah.
And we also didn't take a fake transponder, which might have been helpful in this particular case. But hey, we've got a new pet.
And you also didn't take
live on forever.
You also didn't take stealth equipment or anything else like that. So
I was going to say, do we even have the stuff to communicate back?
Yeah, you have comms. You just have regular, everyday, unencrypted comms. So.
Oh, okay.
We knew that Hegemony were going to be here.
You did, yes.
Okay. Then, knowing that they were going to be here, I'm going to call for a flashback.
Okay.
I like how you think.
We got clearance as scientists to identify and study this particular phenomena up close. And they are not to impede our investigations.
I would say that's going to be pretty risky, because right now there's 2. I'm not saying no. What I'm saying is there are 2 factions that are purposely interfering with the hegemony, and there's some fighting going on that you're going to have some good credentials, and I would say if it works, that some hegemony ships would escort you to the gate.
There's fighting going on in here?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's swarms of starships blowing up each other.
We're not scientists. We're we are a special tactical team, and they're not to get into our way. We're like Black Ops.
Okay.
There you go.
You're Spectres.
Mhm.
You're on the Normandy.
Highly skilled individuals, and they're just to get out of our way and not ask questions.
Okay. Actually, kind of close to the truth, other than the fact that you're not associated with the hegemony at all.
We could be for a price.
We are authorized by.
How are you going to do that?
Muckety Muck.
Like, how are you going to do that? Are you forging the papers? You?
Oh, totally. I'm forging the papers.
Okay. What skill do you think you would do well with that?
Wouldn't that be my sway?
You could do a sway. I would say that this is a desperate action.
Woo!
So yes, you would be able to use Daredevil if you want.
Oh snap!
Absolutely.
What does Daredevil do?
She gets an extra die.
Oh snap!
To do these papers. But she won't get XP if she succeeds on the roll. So there's a trade-off. Okay, so you've got sway and an additional die. This is going to be kind of key, because if they see through this, they're probably going to fire on you. This is risky. This is desperate with standard effect, but yeah, that standard effect is your ship's getting shot. If you fail.
So definitely spend a gambit.
So
we haven't accounted for that yet. That's 4.
You want to help me?
Yeah, I mean, I'll happily help you. I'm just trying to figure out how I do it.
You know an admiral who's not in the system but is pretty influential?
Wasn't Triv a former Navy mechanic who happened to serve with this admiral? I don't know.
I mean, if you want to assist and do that and see if that we could, I mean, you could, let's see. I'm looking at the wrong one.
I got it. I like Triv did serve in the Navy, and after spending so much time with him working on the ships and everything, I just absorbed all of the jargon and the stories and the nomenclature and what have you. And so I'll use my sway to assist, because I'm just going to regurgitate the military jargon that I've picked up here and there.
Okay.
And if we do well, then I know I actually remembered it. And if we don't do well, I just made it up.
Okay.
So I remember.
So 2 for sway, 1 for your special ability, 1 for assist, and then 1 gambit is 5 dice.
I think we padded it about as much as I can pad it.
You could pad it a little extra, but
if you want to take that devil's bargain,
or pushing yourself,
push yourself for 2 stress.
Sounds like she's good.
And I think she rolls better than Josh.
What the dances?
My toddler rolls better than me.
2 6s, a 5, a 4, and a 2.
Wow.
Jeez.
So
wow.
Critical with increased effect. Yeah. So the with the crackle of static caused by all the weapons fire, you hear a voice saying, "This is Commander Roger. We hear your request. We've received your credentials. We will be escorting you to the gate directly." And you see a smaller ship cut out from the bigger formation and meet up with you and begin to escort you to the gate itself. The rest of that fleet actually kind of shifts and such to kind of give you all cover. You rolled really well, and you get to the Holt gate. Unfortunately, however, as you get to the Holt Gate, that ship that's escorting you takes fire from something that wasn't picked up on your sensors that is near the Holt Gate and explodes. And the Star Dancer takes 2 harm to its hull.
Ooh. Ouch.
Which you could attempt to resist.
Oh.
Yes. That's where we keep our stuff.
As the explosion and shrapnel and other things like that, just like your ship is not built for combat.
So how do we resist the damage for...
That's a really good question. Ship damage 182.
I disbelieve.
It's all an illusion.
Conspiracy.
That's not it. 167, 162.
Accompanying this like climactic adventure here, we have a raging thunderstorm going on in Pennsylvania right now. It's like booming overhead, and like I won't say it's shaking the house, but like the rain is just pounding against the windows. It's very atmospheric.
Okay. So to resist the damage, Ordwell, being the pilot, you could do some evasive maneuvering and some other things like, trying to get away from the explosion, doing whatever you can. You can basically, it's like resisting harm for yourself. So you would roll a d6 and subtract that from stress that you would take.
Okay, so I'd have to make
the ship doesn't have stress.
Okay, so I would take the stress from. Sorry, so
you're flying the ship, so
yes.
you're resisting, so you're taking stress to reduce the harm that is coming into the ship by 1.
Okay,
that makes sense. It's a maximum of 6 possible stress, and you're rolling to reduce the amount of stress that you are personally taking for this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I use my helm for this, right?
I don't think it matters. I think you're just rolling a single die.
I'm just rolling a single. Oh, okay, I thought I wasn't.
Yeah,
sure
you just roll 1 die.
Okay. 2. So I take 4 stress.
Yes, you will take 4 stress.
Whew.
Aye.
And the hull will take 1 damage.
Ouch.
And I'm going to say that the cargo hold has been breached to vacuum. So the cargo hold itself is not usable right now.
Oh no! Isn't that where all the drugs were? Are they flying out of the ship right now?
Who knows? It's not where the med bay was, luckily.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not.
Those drugs are locked up.
No, I mean the big stash that we got when I stole them from the.
We got.
Mm-hmm. You can rig a repair if you absolutely need to, but it's a cargo hold, so
yeah,
right.
But you do pinpoint. Well, actually, you hear. I found where those shots came from. Adjusting sensors now, and you see a plot for where those shots came from, but there's nothing there that you can see right now. So someone else is going to have to do a little work in order to find out what's there. Otherwise, they're probably going to fire on you next. Actually, they probably will still fire on you next, even if you do see them.
So, how does one see them?
Well, we developed a trap for the Ghostbusters, so we know what their frequencies are, right? I mean,
Sure.
we know.
Yeah.
So
Harmonic wavelengths and all that.
Could we, could we turn that into a sensor of some kind? Like, only everything in this
reverse the streams.
Doc, you're not a doctor, but
I had to rig up a sensor this one time. All right, here we go, boys and girls.
I mean,
all right.
you
Clint,
did
give me a
build
hand.
you did build the way detector thing.
That's
you
true.
you could modify its frequencies and reverse the polarity so that it
and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reverse the polarity.
Feed it through the main deflector dish.
Feed it through the main deflector dish. I'm going to push myself, so that gives me 4.
Okay.
I'll help him rig this up.
All right, so that gives me 5. I think that's probably going to be enough.
You're reversing the polarity. You need to just reverse it once.
How many toggle flips in toto are we talking about?
2 6s, a 4, a 2, and a 1.
2 6s?
Yes.
Nice.
Jeez,
and you didn't use a gambit, right?
Did not use a gambit.
Okay, well that's pretty awesome. So you're going to get another gambit for the ship.
I think it's
we didn't set what it was. I would say it would be risky. Shots, more particle beams shoot past the ship as you detect these things, but it comes visible on your sensors so that Ordwell is able to dodge and roll out of the way as these shots come in, and you see for the first time actually for the second time, because you have seen the ship before, you see the Ghost's ship. They have their ship is called the Skeleton Key, and it is a Corvette class ship. So it is one size larger than yours.
Now we can see them. Now what?
You know that ship has crew on it, but they are also basically right next to the Holt Gate, and you see some sort of apparatus set up between that ship and the Holt Gate.
Like
Orwell, ramming speed.
Sure, I can clip it. Just do it all the
because our hull's in such great shape.
Yeah, I'll just rooster tail it, right? Like we'll come in real close, fry it with the drive, and then just whip around the other side. It'll work. I saw that once.
Like Twitch did with the one minion.
Yes.
We got this. We don't gotta ram it. We have like a stellar blowtorch coming out of the back of this ship. It's all good. We can do the damage. And you thought we didn't have weapons.
We have so much gambit. We don't need weapons.
Jagger's going to head to the airlock in case he needs to go extravehicular.
Okay.
Thought about that. We could just fire Jagger
it has to go extravehicular, as in if it looks like Ordwell's about to smash into something, he's going to leap.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we want to get somebody on their ship, or if we're close enough to the whatever the gizmo is, and we want someone to, go down there with a toolkit, we'll say toolkit, hammer, giant hammer, and smash it. Whatever.
Sounds good.
Whatever need arises. Sounds good.
On the first pass, we're gonna try to fire with the engine, and on the second pass, we're just gonna fire Jaeger at it. Because don't we have a no,
that was on the other ship. The mass accelerator was on the racing ship.
That was on the racing ship. That was a mod for the racing ship. For the
So sad.
Yeah.
Because we could totally fire Jaeger out of it.
Yep.
That would be one
Jagger,
possibility.
Sorry, Jagger, not Jaeger.
That's all right. It happens. It's a common mistake.
In the airlock, Jagger, you hear, I kind of wish I could go with you. I think I might have been installed in this ship a little before I should have been. As the ship shrieks in, and what is your intent? Your intent is to hit the drives with whatever structure is between the gate and the the skeleton key.
Coming in, flipping at the last minute, looping, and just like burning like a blowtorch. Just kind of like, I mean, in reality, it wouldn't happen this way. But of course, it's space opera, so we can do whatever we want, right? Like just coming in, flipping around.
You just flip the ship up, and only humans are known to use like Newtonian flight physics in space instead of like curving around gently. You just flip the ship up, let it keep going forward, and then fire the drives as it drifts over.
Right, we angle just a little bit to get to miss it. So like it's just going to be a razor thin margin.
Okay. All right, our pilot.
Go wrong.
What does that sound? That sounds like a roll to me.
I think it's a roll.
It sure does.
Sounds like a maybe helm roll.
Yes. I have potency on all speed related rolls. I don't think that's speed.
I don't think that's speed related.
Oh, come on.
But it could.
He's going to do it fast, isn't he?
That is true. Sure. I'll give it. It's the last game. I'll give it to you.
Fire the
I'll give it to
as
you.
as you can, right?
So I don't know. Do I damage the ship a little bit to get an extra die or +1 effect?
If you damage the ship this way, it's probably going to be the thruster, since that's going to be the thing.
We can count, and we want to slow down anyway. So. All right, so I'm at 3 dice. I can use one of them.
Already burning a gambit?
Yeah, I thought I was going to. Well, no, I have 3 with just my helm. And then, because I had upped it before.
You should definitely burn a gambit.
So burn a gambit, that puts me at 4. I'm at. I only have 2 stress left.
Yeah, maybe don't push yourself there.
Maybe don't push yourself.
But it sounds like a proper opportunity for a devil's bargain.
It does.
So you're doing gambit. Well, I mean, the devil's bargain is you're putting yourself in a really like super risky position by letting yourself drift just a little bit instead of accelerating past them. That the ship is going to take another hit. I will.
Okay.
I think it's going to take.
And that's how they died.
Yeah, it's either going to take another point of hull. I'll give you the choice on the devil's bargain. You're either going to take another hull hit, or you're going to burn the engine so hard that the engines are going to get slightly damaged.
Well, I'm already planning on damaging one of the engines.
You only got 2
that
points.
That would get me to 6 dice.
Okay.
Right. So if we take the damage to the hull, I can break one of the engines. Not like there's no tomorrow.
My baby.
So I'll take the devil's bargain.
Okay.
Take the damage to the hull.
Another point of damage to the hull. You could resist that damage with all 2 stress you have.
Yeah, right.
Risk knocking yourself out right now.
Somebody else could do it. Like they could hop in and run something else. That might.
Yeah, I mean, Twitch could be doing like damage control.
Twitch could do damage control and set off the fire suppression in time or something or whatever to resist this.
Too, yeah.
Resist the damage.
I could certainly try, but I've only got 4 stress left, so if I roll a 1,
you gotta set the criteria, right?
So I mean, this seems pretty risky with standard effect. I don't think it's desperate. you're doing I'm going to say, well, with potency, it's going to up it to a great effect. Because you are using your ace pilot.
I am.
So you could either you can't get beyond great for effect. So you're giving yourself, for the exceed specs, you're giving yourself an extra die.
Yes. Which brings me to 6 with the Devil's Gambit.
Devil's Bargain? Okay.
Devil's Bargain, yeah.
And you're using a Gambit?
And I'm using a Gambit, which brings me to 6 dice.
Okay.
Because I have 3 plus the Gambit plus the Devil's Bargain plus Exceed Specs, which brings me to 6. I'm using all the things tonight. This is like the first really big handful of dice that I've rolled tonight, but like we're going to make it count. All right, there's a 6.
Well, that's good.
6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3, 1. But 6 is all that matters.
Okay. Yeah, so you go by, it was hard for you to see until like you were right on top of it. You see that there's basically kind of like a boarding tube that is connected over to the Holt gate to allow people to move back and forth and move equipment back and forth from the Hantu gate to the Skeleton Key and back. And you see, you get really, really close to it as the Skeleton Key fires on you with its particle beams, and you see several terrified people in the tube as you drift up to it and then burn through it, and debris and bodies just fountain everywhere as these two pieces split apart, and all the atmosphere that was in the tube causes it to fly apart, and you zip off at a strange angle and get outside of the tracking for the gunners there. Did you want to try and resist the damage to the hull?
All right, so here's the fun part. I have 4 stress left.
Yep.
So if I resist this and roll a 1,
so don't roll a 1 or a 2.
Yeah, you just gotta roll above a 2. How hard can that be?
3, 4, 5 or 6. That's all you need.
With 1 dice. Yep. I don't get 6 chances at this.
You want me to show you how to do it?
All right.
Yeah. See, that's it. It was just a 5. You could do it.
What's life without risks, right?
Your funeral's gonna be awesome.
A 3.
3. Okay. So you take 3 stress. But that damage, you manage to deploy some system that minimizes and repairs the damage from the particle cannon that hit the Stardancer as you slowed enough on your and were changing trajectory after burning through that boarding tube.
Yeah, we're seeing one of those cartoons where they like nail the doors shut with like all these planks of wood, like super fast. Basically, what Twitch is doing to the damage.
I'm seeing like something from the kitchen, like plugging a hole.
Yeah,
hey,
pretty much.
That's our sourdough starter.
Nice, baby.
I'm picking up some life readings and other strange readings on the gate itself since we got so close.
It sounds like it's time to weaponize Jaeger.
Get me close enough, and I will.
I'll do another flyby. Yeah.
As we fly by, can I like study the thing to try to pick up what they're doing on there?
The Hantu gate?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna have to. It's gonna be. So there's 2 things happening here. I also want to roll You're getting within range of the weapons again. So Ordwell is coming in. Jagger is ready to leap out to get onto the Hantu gate, right? Is anyone wanting to go with Jagger onto the Hantu gate?
You know what?
I mean, it's kind of a coin flip. Which one is safer?
Wait, which one is
I
what?
can't think of any skill that I would have that would be applicable in this situation.
I'm a doctor, not a space marine.
I'm a doctor, not Master Chief.
Yeah.
What the hell? I'll go.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. So first we'll start with Twitch. Twitch, as you're looking with the sensors and cameras and such on the start answer, you're trying to analyze what has been done to Hantu Gate by the ghosts and their crew. That sounds like a rig roll.
Okay.
Like a gather information.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was study or rig, so.
But I'll go with rig. That's fine.
Okay. So this says you can make an action roll or a fortune roll. I would say this would be like a fortune roll. So just roll your straight rig in this case.
Oh, okay. All right. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
I see nothing.
It is really hard to tell because your ship is jinking and juking and spinning and being fired upon. Plus, you don't know what the Hantu Gate looked like before they started doing stuff to it. You do catch signs of all 4 of the actual ghosts on the Hantu Gate. You do see that. And you do see pricks of green light all the way around the gate.
Oh. Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the airlock, as the start answer dances toward the Holt gate again and gets you close, I'm going to say that a couple things happen. You guys are what are you guys doing to get to the gate? What's the plan there? What's the idea there?
Well, I'm going to get in some sort of environment suit because that seems wise.
Okay.
If you're
Making
going,
sure there's air there.
Yeah.
Little things like that.
That would be good. I would say mark the 2 boxes, the 2 of your loadout for Spacesuit.
Oh yeah, I do happen to like air a lot.
That's probably got some maneuvering thrusters or something, right?
I would say yes. And I would say that's what Spacesuit means for your mechanical is like 0G vacuum maneuverability and such.
Okay. Okay, I can mark that line as well. Although I was thinking of literally launching myself like jumping, literally just leaping out of the airlock. Now
Sure.
I can be tethered to karma if it will help, but that's not absolutely necessary. To bring karma along with me. Yeah, you could easily grab onto a point on my chassis as I hurl myself toward the Hantu Gate.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Then I would say one of you two would probably, I would say this would be like a scramble, maybe?
I have several convenient
I can say scramble
on my chest.
I mean, it's up to you guys as players what skill you guys you just need to describe how you're using that particular skill. It could be helm, it could be scramble.
And wait for him to launch us towards the.
Yeah, scramble is good for me. Now I only have one die in scramble.
And do you want to hang on to me and I'll launch us?
She's got two dice.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, that, and I can do an assist. So I could do a power assist, shall we say?
You do the initial leap, and she then adjusts with the right. With the yep. Okay.
All right, I'll take a stress for that.
That's 3. Do you want to use a gambit or anything else like that? You think 3 dice is enough?
We'll make it happen if you fail.
I'm gonna say this is given the fact that the ship is being actively shot at, that this is a desperate roll with standard effect.
That just makes it more fun.
Yeah. Woohoo! Absolutely.
Woot!
Get us there.
So
all right.
Exciting.
445.
445. Okay. You do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer severe harm or a serious complication occurs. Ordwell, who is currently piloting the ship. You have a choice.
Oh boy.
Do you use the ship to protect your crew, who are effectively naked in space from the particle cannons being shot at your ship?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Behind you,
it just gets more challenging to fly with all the more pieces of it coming off. So it's just really just increasing the.
So you said that you pushed the engine, so the engine already took 1 hit, right?
We lost 1 engine.
Okay. In the cold vacuum of space, Karma, you're focused on the Holt gate. You see that where you're about to land has a couple of the minions of the ghosts, but they don't appear to see you coming at the moment. Jagger, you also see this. What you don't see is the Star Dancer staying put for just long enough to allow you both to arrive there and set down next to these very surprised minions of the ghosts, set down next to them safely as the Star Dancer gets pummeled by more particle cannon fire and takes its remaining 2 hull points of damage.
Ow.
My baby!
I'm sure we didn't need that air.
No. So I guess I'm up in the cockpit with you because.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Good thing our new pet can breathe, vacuum.
Yep.
He's probably in there too.
Yeah.
Skulking around behind you somewhere.
This is the gate that has never been activated before, right?
Correct. Yeah, this is the gate that is supposedly locked.
Oh, no.
People haven't figured out how to open it.
And
an accident with it caused the ghosts to become insubstantial as they are.
Can I attune to this thing? Reach out to it and see if I can turn it on?
I will say, as the fight on the side of this gate starts between Jagger and Karma and these 2 surprised minions, that you are attempting to go into a trance with and attuned to things. However, I'm going to ask Karma and Jagger what's going on the gate right
I'll
now.
let them do their thing.
I suspect it's something that looks a lot like punching, unless Karma has other ideas, perhaps involving blasters and whatnot.
Aaron, are you hearing us?
Yes. Sorry.
So yeah, I mean, Jagger is Mr. Fisticuffs, so he would he would definitely he could say something to the effect of, "I'll take the one on the left, you take the one on the right," and then proceed to kick the butt.
And so what is Karma doing?
She's gonna shoot from like
Shoot.
spacesuit and
Okay.
like get a rope to go around them so that it's a lot easier to target.
Oh, just gonna tether him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I would say that sounds like perhaps a scrap roll from our muscle and an assist from our scoundrel.
Okay.
Okay. So it's 1 stress for you, Karma, and then a massive amount of scrap probably from our muscle.
Okay. So the effect that Jagger is really going for here is, well, first of all, let me ask a question. We are exposed to the vacuum of space and not so much to gravity.
Right.
Can we tell, are they using, they're obviously in some sort of spacesuit as well. Are they magnetically clamped to the gate, or are they just using maneuvering? Are they actually physically on the gate, or are they?
They are physically on the
around?
gate, and they appear to be like the reason why they didn't see you is because to their point of view, you would be coming in from above them because their boots are magnetically attached to the gate, and they're walking along it.
How fast are we going?
How fast do you want to be going?
Well, I don't want to be going fast enough that Karma is going to turn into tomato paste when we hit the gate. But I want to be going fast enough that if Jagger does, let's just say, a little Superman right into the top of a minion's head, that it's going to do some damage.
Okay. You could also have Karma let go, and you could accelerate faster even.
Yeah. So that's.
I will let him go.
Yeah. So when Jagger says you take the one on the right and I'll take the one on the left, we kind of drift apart as she kind of, I would say, probably pushes off. Let's go. And Jagger is going to use the jets of his quote unquote spacesuit to accelerate basically as fast as he can to put as much force behind this. It's not exactly a pile driver punch. It's kind of the reverse. Like it's a pile driver, but the floor is coming up to meet your head.
Right.
Instead of vice versa.
So, sure. So scrap, additional die from Karma.
Okay.
So that's, I guess, 3 for you. When striking in melee, you gain +1 die. So that's 4, right?
Okay.
That's for your wrecking crew.
I think 4. I'll use wrecking crew, and I think 4 is probably sufficient.
Do you wanna spend a gambit, which will get you better potency? You might land on. They're pretty close together.
How many gambits do we have left?
3.
3.
All right, I guess I'll burn a gambit.
Okay.
So it's going to give me another. The blue die is the gambit die.
I'll offer a devil's bargain. You could definitely take them both out, but you bounce back off
I'll take it.
Ooh.
Take it.
Okay.
All right, I'm rolling all 6 then, right?
I guess so.
Okay. There we go.
Jeez.
It's a mighty punch.
I think it's more of a body slam at this point.
Well, yeah, it is. It is a body. So Jaeger goes into the classic Superman pose, which looks ridiculous because he's not 100% humanoid, but you see where it's coming from, and just pummels the top of this minion's head, because I did roll 1 and only 1 6 in that whole muddle.
Wow. Okay.
That's what I did.
and it was 6 4 4 3 2 1. So yeah.
Okay. I will say that, the tether action kind of Karma is able to grab one with whatever, kind of like suit grappling tether thing that she has, and kind of pulls the other minion closer.
Nice.
As you come in and crack the helmet open on the first minion, and then the rest of your body just comes in and smashes the two of them, and they kind of crumple underneath you, and but you're not able to get your footing, and between the velocity and their natural spring backiness, you all three of you in a big tangled web float off of the ring and are just kind of twirling in odd
nice.
and
leaving Karma
random ways.
Karma with the whole gate all to herself.
Yeah, and then Karma lands with just gently
grace and style,
magnetic boots, click click.
All right,
that's the way you do it, guys.
I appear to own a gate now.
And then we were Karma, I'm going to come back to you in a second about what you're going to do on the gate to try and, I don't know, figure out what's going on, or figure out where the hearts are, etc. But we're going to go to Twitch, who's opening himself up to the way and attuning to the way that's in this area.
This is going to be bad.
And we remember back to him attuning to the way that was on Amarath with no hearts, and now there are a bunch of them around this gate that was built by the precursors, and the skeleton key, which is partially insubstantial, along with the 4 ghosts who are also insubstantial, that was all caused by their attempting to unlock and open this gate. We'll see how it goes. It'll be fine.
Try to open and unlock this gate. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna try to attune to it.
Twitch is Hantu Gate.
Cannot take any more stress. So
So you're not pushing yourself, is what I'm hearing.
yeah, pretty much.
Do we have any gambit left?
Nice, Chris.
We should have 2.
Chris just posted in our Discord, if anyone remembers, the light taking me to pieces from The Watchmen when
Yes.
Dr. Manhattan was first created.
Yeah.
There's Twitch right there.
That's about right.
Just
That's how it goes sometimes.
blaze of glory, baby. That's the only way to go out.
All right. So yeah. I mean, do you guys? We've only got 2 gambits left, so
Hit it.
all right, fine. I'll take one. Ugh.
what is your goal with this? Let me ask this before, so we can set the stakes.
I guess I want to know. I want to understand how to turn this thing on, and possibly start doing that if I can. But I don't know if I can from the ship, or not. I don't know if the way actually is what turns it on or not, or what.
I mean, the best scientists in all of the hegemony have studied and tried to open this thing and have been unsuccessful.
Yeah,
But sure, the drug addict, he'll do
He didn't do enough drugs.
but
Obviously, the answer
but
was
the
more drugs.
The precursors have been speaking to me, and it's all been
That was
leading to this. But I'm gonna need a steady stream of drugs for them to keep talking to me.
Okay. I will say if
Which
you
is more what I'm
succeed at this, you will have an idea of perhaps how to open the gate, and we will start a clock that will need to be filled in order for the gate to be open. Now, opening the gate is not a prerequisite of stopping the ghosts. So you can stop the ghosts and open the gate, or you could stop the ghosts and not open the gate. But you're currently opening the gate might stop the ghosts. Who knows? That may be what you're thinking as well.
That was pretty much what I was thinking. Is opening the gate might put them back in their bodies.
So right now, I am thinking this is desperate.
Okay.
With limited effect.
Okay.
So not like this is you really stretching yourself.
Yeah. Pushing myself without pushing myself.
Yeah.
Basically holding out my arm. Doc, load me up.
So what do you have right now in terms of dice? You've got
3 for a tune and 1 for the gambit.
Okay. Are you looking for
So
more?
4. Well, I mean, what you got for me? Take 1 stress and basically Susan Storm myself out of this.
No, I don't think that should be good. I mean, there's the devil's bargain that you connect yourself with the gate and become as the ghosts are.
Oh.
Ooh.
That you unknowingly stumbled upon the same. You are unknowingly stumbling upon the same method that the ghosts attempted to use to open the gate, and have followed in their footsteps.
Huh.
Which.
But if it succeeds and you open the gate, maybe you'll get your corporeal form back.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But then I become a ghost and I literally become my worst nightmare. Versus if I don't take it and I still succeed, then that just doesn't happen.
Then you have found a different way to that you are on a different track to try to open the gate.
Well,
maybe
who wants
a
to
more
do what
successful
they already
one.
did.
Could you get a pharmacological assist from the professor?
If the professor wants to give him a pharmacological assist, I could totally. I think that's totally valid.
I think I can totally do that. I'm on board.
All right. Then I'll do that instead of taking the bargain. I'm going to track my own course here.
Okay.
We'll go with these 5. Whew. All right. 2 6s!
All right. All right.
What was the happy
Coming
dance
all
before
play.
the...
So
Coming through in a clutch.
So explain what happens. What does the professor see as you attune to Honto Gate and start to get this information and connection to Honto Gate to get it to open itself up?
It's a family-friendly show, so
Yes.
keep it PG
Mostly,
13.
PG-13.
He's just being loaded up. Like
Only
there's
one
a-
curse word or two.
There's like a constant just drip inside of him, and as he's like finally like just opens himself up more than he ever has before, just basically soaking in all those crystal or all those emerald hearts and everything like that, and finally he just opens up his eyes and his eyes are just like glowing blue, and this aura just floats up around him like fighters in Dragon Ball Z style. He just gets like this aura around him, and just has a smile on his face.
What does the gate do? Is there any noticeable change to the gate?
Yeah, I was getting back to Karma. Karma, as you're on the gate, as you're starting to look around, one of the green pinpoints of light that you saw that you've been assuming is one of the hearts starts to glow brighter.
Okay.
Uh,
And so
go investigate it.
Okay. There is there is some sort of device that has two conduits. There's some sort of device attached to the gate with the heart, like light from the heart leaking through parts of it, which is now glowing very, very bright. And two conduits, one going one way, one going the opposite way, that appears to go and connect the other lights.
Is there any like impediment to it, or like can I connect wires or something? I guess it just looks pretty static, like I can't really do much.
Right now it looks like this one is fully set up. That doesn't mean you can't dismantle it, but it appears to be fully set up, but the others along the chain may not be, or they may all be set up and just waiting for some sort of activation or something.
Do we want this thing activated or not? Last gun comms.
I can see it. It's beautiful.
Turn it on. Turn it on. The ghost can't destroy it if
Twitch
it's
is
on.
on drugs again. Do we want this thing activated or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that the ghost set it up. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm going to say the ghost set this up to destroy the Hantu Gate. Just letting you know that.
We don't want to turn it on.
You might or might not want to turn it on as it's currently set up.
Okay, so I'll go and I'll kick some of the wires off.
Okay. So you're trying to sabotage the setup right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say that sounds like a roll to me. That sounds maybe like a rig roll.
Rickroll.
Really great skill of mine, but okay. I've got 0 dice in that.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let
I mean, you could.
down.
I'm suggesting rig, but if you say I'm gonna use scrap and just pound the hell out of this thing, you can do that too. Like a rig roll would be like maybe Twitch is carefully disassembling it, and trying to figure out how it works, and maybe you're like, I have a big wrench and I'm gonna smash it.
I have a fusion cutter and I'm gonna cut it.
Yeah, that'll work.
That
sure.
works.
Sure.
Do that. Do that thing.
I would say, Mark. You've got some loadout left. I would say click repair tools, and you've got your fusion cutter.
Awesomeness. All right, what do I roll? Oh, wait.
That would be a
scrapping it.
Scrap. Sure. That sounds like scrap or scramble. One of the two, maybe. I don't know. Scramble's more motion.
One, half dozen to the other. 2 and a 6.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I mean, you can spend a gambit too, but
you could. Yeah. Yeah. You didn't spend any gambit, right?
Nope.
I would say that's like a risky thing. I'm gonna do some stuff with this clock that I have open, and the start answer now has a gambit again because you got a success. Yeah, so you smash into these conduits. You cut across. Yeah, you cut them. The two conduits the ends start floating off, kind of sparking. The heart itself, the container that it's in, like the green light is still very bright and glowing out of this thing.
Great, this will be fun. I grab it.
It's currently bolted down. You're going to cut it away from the gate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, floating in space. I'm in space. Jagger, you see something a little disturbing. Inside of the gate ring, space distorts. It kind of tessellates and kind of has this kind of triangular look to it for a brief moment as it kind of goes around in a circle, and then it's normal space again.
Okay, so Jagger is kind of spinning in an awkward menage a trois pirouette away from the gate. So he sees
two dead minions and a mechanical. Is that what we're in?
Nice?
Yeah, exactly. So he sees it, and then he doesn't see it, and then he spins around and he sees it again, and he announces over comms, either I have damaged my visual sensors, or you are breaking space.
Yeah, so at Karma, you're able to cut this thing off and get it out. Are you taking the heart out of its enclosure, or are you just taking the whole enclosure?
Which is
It's
easy.
a trap. It's a trap.
I mean, it'll take more work to get it out of its enclosure, but the enclosure is also
I'll
kind
take
of
the whole
bulky.
thing.
Okay. All right.
How big is this thing?
Like two and a half. You have to grab it with both your arms around it.
That's
So in
kind
other words,
The
you're
heart
only doing
itself, the heart itself is like a size of maybe a softball. Okay. Jagger, you also notice that that there is a ghost nearby that has noticed that Karma is there and is damaging their equipment and is heading their way.
All right. So I am going now. They're immaterial, so I can't do any damage to them, right?
You see that they are wearing their exosuit.
Okay. So I could damage the exosuit.
You could damage the exosuit. There's all sorts. I mean, you've never really interacted with them before. You
Right.
don't know if they can be punched. Maybe they can. Who knows?
Yeah. You cut out there for a bit, but I got the gist of it.
Sorry. Yeah, you don't know if they can be punched.
Okay.
They're-
Well, how far away is this ghost from me right now?
It doesn't really matter. I mean, you floated away.
Yeah.
You're not like rocketing away. So
Right.
your current like it puts you in a more of a, I would say, desperate position if you're gonna use that to go back in. I'm like, it's
all I'm going to do, Jagger is going to fire the attitude thrusters on the spacesuit just to stabilize himself so he's not rotating anymore, so that he has a good shot, and then he's going to do the RoboCop thing and pull his blaster out of his thigh holster.
Oh yeah, easily within range of your blaster.
Okay. And actually, I've got a heavy loadout, so we're going to say that I've got 2 blasters, 1 in each thigh, and
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot at him.
Or do you? Okay, you have 2 rather than a heavy
Yeah.
blaster.
Right.
Okay.
One for each hand.
All right.
The heavy blaster won't fit in the thigh holster.
Okay. Okay.
That one's on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and mark. Oh, that's the mechanic, not the muscle. Okay, there we go. Yes, I'm seeing it now. Yeah. So, I mean, that sounds like a what to you? What kind of skill is this?
I don't know. Is it a?
I mean, a scrap
There's not really a. I guess it could be.
or a
There's
scramble?
not really. I would go with scrap just because I have more points in it. But if it's scramble, I mean, I'll take it if it's scramble. If it works
It's
better
up
as
to
scramble,
you.
there's not
It's
really
up to you. You haven't overused scrap, in my opinion, yet.
Yeah.
So
I will do it as a scrap.
All right.
2 dice makes me nervous. So what have you got for a devil's bargain for me?
Oh my. Well, the ship is still being shot at with particle cannons. And the ghosts and the minions have also noticed that you guys are boarding the Hantu gate. I'm going to say that, let's see. That's a good question. Oh, no, that's even better. I'm going to say that you're shooting from a long way away in 0G. Some of your shots will go wide and hit the gate. Or maybe some of the equipment that the ghosts have set up on the gate.
Well, what's the worst that could happen? I'll take that gambit. All right, I'm rolling with 3. I would push myself, but I've only got 4 stress left because my downtime roll was terrible at relieving my last stress. So I'm not going to push myself. I'm going to go with 3. The intent, obviously, is to shoot the ghost in its exoskeleton to do as much damage to said, or exosuit, excuse me, to do as much damage to that as possible.
Okay, just firing both guns as fast as you can pull the triggers.
Exactly.
Sounds good. Okay, so go ahead and roll your dice.
What is my position, please?
Oh, position. Sorry, your position, I would say, is a risky position.
Okay, all right, we'll take it. Here we go. Oh, and I'm got a 2, a 3, and a 6.
All right.
This purple guy might be my favorite.
Okay, yeah, you. These shots just rip through this exosuit. It is armored to resist some of this, but you just fill it full of whatever your gun happens to shoot. And rents appear, long rents appear, the faceplate shatters, etc. And mid stride, as the one ghost is basically pulling out a firearm of its own, you can't tell which of the 4 it is. The suit kind of falls and its feet remaining stuck to the gate. The whole suit just kind of falls and bounces off the gate and just kind of, what is it? The things outside of used car lots. Yeah, just flopping around.
Like a flailing arm inflatable tube.
But this incorporeal figure actually was continuing to step out. So you see the ghost without its suit step out into the cold vacuum of space, apparently unharmed by the cold vacuum of space.
Well, that's not good.
But it also starts to float off the gate. Because it doesn't have magnetic boots.
Sucks to be you.
Oh, that's going to be a long, long drift.
And then, Doc, Doc and Jagger, you both see through the screens that you're looking at, and Jagger through your eyes, the gate flickers. And the stars you're looking at through the gate are not the ones that you normally see through the gate. And then it flickers back.
Ooh.
Base
Stars
continues
are
to be
wrong.
broken.
The stars are wrong.
Okay. Let's go back to Ordwell. Ordwell, what you doing?
Oh no!
You're flying
shit,
the
man.
heck
Dodging
out of your
bullets.
ship, and the shots do not appear to be letting up.
Right. So the hull is just like the Star Dancer's been reduced to like just like kindling's the wrong word because it's made out of metal.
Yeah,
but,
the Star
shredded
Dancer
tinfoil,
has
right?
its superstructure exposed. You know,
Right.
their hull
So-
plating is there are large sections of hull plating that have been vaporized. You haven't flown this close to the vacuum of space since you were in your racing days and had stripped down a ship to be like nothing but superstructure.
We still have an engine left.
You do still have your engines left. It's
So-
partially damaged. But you could still goose it a little.
Yeah. So I think, guys, it's about time that we abandon ship. Lay in a course. Do we actually name our AI? Or are we just calling him Eddie?
I mean, if that's what you're calling him, you guys hadn't
There we
named
go.
your AI.
I think, Eddie, we're gonna pop your core. We're getting off this place. I'm just you guys get to the. Yeah, I think you can just jump out that hole there. I think I'm just gonna point the ship at the ghost ship and punch it. Does that sound like a plan?
Oh, it's a plan, all right. I don't know. I mean, it's a plan.
There's all these other ships that are going to come and rescue us, right?
Yeah, sure. That's good. Let's go with that. He said.
Hope you
getting
didn't
into
like
the-
any of your stuff.
Yeah. I take my doctor's bag and my sensor kit and get into a spacesuit.
Okay.
Yeah, I climb. I throw on my armor. I throw on my spacesuit.
It's lucky everybody picked their heavy load today. Let's see. 1, 2,
Oh, yes.
3, 4. This finishes out your load, I believe, for the Stitch. For Professor.
Yeah, it
Is
does.
the spacesuit.
Yep.
Actually,
Luckily,
I'll
it
just
is
do
an
the
armored
spacesuit.
spacesuit
Faster.
because you already picked the armor there.
Woohoo!
I think you checked
Right.
the armor earlier, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, which hasn't been used yet.
Right.
Twitch, what are you doing? You're on this ship too.
Yeah. Is he still like connected into the stinking ring?
Yes.
Somebody wake up.
You have like this dual perception. You have these visions and flashes that are coming from the ring, but you are also aware of what's happening in the world around you. I won't say the real world, I'll say the world around you.
All right then.
I would recommend checking the 2 boxes for spacesuit on your loadout.
Yeah, we'll do that first and foremost.
Are you gonna abandon ship as Ordwell suggests?
I really don't want to. This is my baby. All right, I'm gonna go
You
to
rebuild
wherever
it, maybe.
wherever we keep our stash of creds on the ship, and I'm gonna take whatever creds are on the ship.
You've got creds invested in different things and stored away.
Oh, okay.
It's not like you storing the creds under a mattress here.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're good. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is your stash is probably like a large portion of your stash is going to get vaporized.
Quite honestly,
Okay, man, you're high on life right now.
Yeah, you are
that is
baked
true.
like an apple
I
pie right
am
now.
baked out of my mind yet. No, he's going next.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna grab whatever magnetic grappler that we have, and I'm gonna just jump towards the ring.
Okay.
I guess.
All right. Yeah, so we've already established that spacesuits have like an MMU that allows you to maneuver and some grappling tether type stuff. So you're all good with that. How about our pilot here? Are you abandoning ship? Like what your intent? What is your intent?
My intent is to ram the Star Chaser into the ghost ship, thus further distracting and like buying people time. I think.
Is your intent to destroy the skeleton key with the possibility that the Star Dancer is also destroyed?
Yes.
Okay. This sounds like a desperate action. I will give it a great effect because you're throwing your whole ship at it. Are you trying to leave?
Yeah, I think this is the ultimate like Daredevil thing. He's not one to like go down with the now. There's an excellent chance I'm going to die doing this. To be clear, and I'm okay with that.
Okay,
but Ordwell would always try to live, and this is like the best dive he's ever done. But like
okay, yeah. So I would say this sounds like a roll to me.
I grab Eddie and hang him around my neck.
Is this a scrap? Is this a helm?
Oh, I want to go with helm.
You want to go with helm? I figured.
I want to go with helm.
I would say that it is a speed related roll.
And I could destroy the engines doing this, so I could get another die with my exceed specs.
I mean,
yeah, that's right. Not? Game it. Play the game.
Gonna be nothing
left. It's not like if the engines blow, the ship's just gonna stop before it hits them.
Can't believe
that puts me at 4 dice.
We're about to Star Trek our ship right now.
So if you have a devil's bargain,
you got 2 Gambit.
Oh, right. So I'm at 5. I think that's pretty good.
Okay, so you don't want a devil's bargain there?
Well, it depends on what the devil's bargain would be.
I am thinking you are probably caught in the explosion, and
no, I'll go with 5.
Have some pretty serious injuries.
I'll go with 5.
Okay. That doesn't mean that you can't get seriously injured if you roll badly.
No, I think I'm still going to get seriously injured because I rolled a 5.
Okay.
No 6s this time around.
Ow.
So you rolled a 5 is your highest die, right?
Oh,
right.
No.
Okay.
The explosion merges him with Eddie.
You the Star Dance, you can't help yourself but turn yourself around in space as you're floating back away from the skeleton key and where the Star Dancer is going to hit, just to watch what happens. And you see the Star Dancer lance into the skeleton key on the course you programmed it for, and there's a giant explosion, and you are going to suffer a serious harm, which is you suffer a level 3 harm of blinded.
Blinded.
Nice. Yes.
From the
I got Eddie.
You suffer blinded from the intense bright explosion, and then you feel the concussive force and you fly off into somewhere in space, but you don't know where because you're blind.
My baby.
Now
our spacesuits had polarizing lenses.
Now, Ordwell, you could resist this damage
if you want to die.
You do. However, you are an ace pilot. When you roll to resist the consequences of piloting, you get to add a D. You get to add a die to resist the consequences of piloting. So basically, it's like rolling advantage. In my mind, I think it's like rolling advantage.
Yep.
You'll roll 2 dice and take the better.
Harm?
Huh?
What do I need to get in order to negate the harm?
It automatically goes down to a level 2 harm.
Oh,
But you have a chance. But you will take 6 stress minus whatever you get on the highest of the 2 dice.
Best die, yeah.
So you may be out of this.
Yeah.
you know what? It's at the last hour. I'm gonna do it.
Like you went out in a blaze of glory, literally.
All right, I rolled a 4, so I take 2. I am out. Because
You
I
take
took
2,
stress.
and Chris, do you remember what it was? He feels his stress, which immediately I think does a trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right.
But does that take him out?
With your stress, I think it does. Once your stress maxed, it takes you out.
Once your stress was maxed, because we realized that was a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily mean he's unconscious. It just means
it doesn't necessarily mean he's dead. It just means that he is no longer participating in this current job.
Yes.
You suffer a level of trauma. You're taken out of action. You're left for dead or otherwise dropped out of the current conflict, only to come back later shaken and drained. So, Ken, take a look at page 13 at the trauma conditions and pick one for Ordwell that we will get back to as he floats off. His level 2 harm is seeing spots sounds like a level 1 harm. Like I would say you're partially blinded. Like your level 3 harm would be like burned retinas. Your level 2 harm is partially blinded. Like there's all sorts of spots. It's, you've got a big blue field in front of your face because of that moves around that you can kind of blink out of the way every so often, but it's not good. When you until you heal it.
damaged retinas.
Karma. Back on Hantu Gate. You look up as Hantu Gate is illuminated with a giant explosion nearby, and you see the skeleton key explode from some unknown force, because you didn't happen to be looking to see the Star Dancer smash into it. You do not see evidence of the Star Dancer. You see this this hazy figure of a humanoid figure that you think is a ghost floating off of Hantu Gate nearby. And then you do still see little pinpricks of green light all the way along Hantu Gate that are steadily getting brighter and starting to pulse.
I'm gonna go get my next one.
Okay.
Apparently, I am on an Easter egg hunt of
They're not hard to find. They're not hard to find at all. It's just the distance between them.
I am robbing a gate.
Okay.
With a lot of different gems.
All right. So you've got this giant cage here.
Can I just cut that thing open and grab it? Because obviously now space is going to be a concern.
Yeah.
I'm not a chipmunk.
How about we say that you get to the next one, and do you want to cut open the containment field for it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That sounds. I don't know. That sounds like a scrap or a scramble or a rig or something like that. What do you want to do with that? How do you want to approach taking this thing?
I'm just using a fusion cutter.
You're just using a fusion cutter again. All right. So that's 2 dice.
Not getting complicated.
There's I believe 1 gambit left if you wanted to use it. Okay, you've already rolled. What?
2 and a 3.
2 and a 3. Ouch. Okay. As you cut through it, something happens. There's some sort of power surge. The there is, yeah. So there's some sort of power surge. Those seeing the gate see those other stars again momentarily, but also see the gate twist. And you've never seen any gate be anything other than immovable and indestructible. And it is for a moment no longer circular, as a section of it kind of distorts. Karma, you cut it open, and one thing you do is, as you cut open the enclosure, reach in, and what are you doing? You grab the heart. Okay, you reach in and grab the heart, and in that moment, you remember that the mendicants, formerly the Church of the Emerald Flame, if I'm remembering correctly, the Church of the Emerald Flame, they use the Emerald Hearts to attune themselves to the way, and to do so, they physically touch them, and it changes them. And you find yourself changed. There's a bright green flash on the gate where that distortion happens. And there is you can see very clearly there is a figure outlined in green standing on the gate.
What's outlined in green on the gate?
You are. What happens when you are tell me what happens when you touch this heart and are opened up to the way in ways that you have never been before.
Well, Karma, she is kind of a goal-driven individual, so she's got a goal of getting all of these things out of their resting places. So I don't even know that really takes her off her path. That makes sense. She might feel different, but she's not going to stop what she's doing.
I think that sounds like that the heart merges with you and your goal-driven personality. And that sounds like you're trying to get all of the hearts.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing.
That sounds like an attune roll, perhaps, or maybe a sway over your own.
Well, I don't have a tune, so sway's the only thing I can do.
I mean, what I'm saying is you are doing everything you can, which includes interacting with this heart to get all of the rest of the hearts.
Yes.
What would this roll be? This is a roll. I'm gonna say.
I don't know what you're looking for.
You're doing something. Like
Getting all the hearts.
Yes. That is what Karma is doing. That is what she consciously thinks she is doing, but she is ending up working through the Emerald Heart and the power that it contains to do so.
Okay, well, she's never used any power other than her physical power, so she would just be moving quicker.
So this would be very uncontained. Or like undirected, I would say. Like she doesn't have uncontrolled. She doesn't have control over how the power is being used. It is interpreting it for her. Okay. I just want to see what sort of effect that this has. Like how much does she have control over this?
Okay, so I guess I'm doing a sway roll to see how much control she has.
That sounds okay to me. Do you want to? like, do you want to
I
add
just
some
wanna
more
roll
dice?
2 dice.
Do you want to
No.
add some more dice?
Oh,
Because okay, so this is right now a desperate action with a standard effect. You know, if you fail, you're probably going to take a fair amount of harm from the way working through you in an uncontrolled fashion.
okay.
Ripping your body apart.
Well, no one is
And then
there
pulling it back together
with
again.
me, so nobody can help me. Devil's Gambit
I mean,
seems.
well, yeah, I couldn't
That's
help.
where I'm
I
kind
mean,
of in a Devil's Gambit.
Twitch probably could help because he's
Oh,
attuned
I
with
can
the
do
way
a
right now.
Daredevil. I'm a Daredevil.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're definitely making a desperate roll. You can take an extra die. So that's
Okay.
3 dice. Twitch, if you wanted to spend,
I guess I'll stress myself or something. Can I stress
if
myself?
you do 2 stress, you can get an extra die to push yourself.
Okay. Alrighty.
That's 4. There's a gambit still available.
We could need it later.
I guess
Does Twitch want to assist through the way?
if I do, I'm out, so I can't.
This is
What a way to go, man.
I think this is a
We're going
pretty
too much. I'm
climactic
rolling dice.
sort of thing.
Rolled.
1, 2, 2, 3.
Ouch.
Oh,
Okay. It's the 1, 2, 2, 3. 1 to 3. It's the worst outcome. You suffer severe harm. A complication occurs. You lose this opportunity. I'm gonna say your severe harm. We're gonna call it way burned.
Okay. Where do I put that?
That'll be level 3 harm.
Oh yeah.
And the rest of you all see. The rest of you in your various viewpoints all see this happen. You see those pinpricks of green blossom into large points of light as they separate themselves from the gate. Karma, you see all of the hearts nearby around you ripping themselves out of the containment as you kind of pull the one that you grabbed in containment. As you're pulling it out, all of the ones around you mirror that motion as they all rip out of that containment.
Fucking cool.
Your vision just is suffused in green, and you start to see stars like you've never seen them before. The rest of you see the entire gate fold in upon itself.
Oh no.
And condense down to an infinitesimally small point. But the interior where the gate was shows another field of stars, outlined with a very faint green outline that slowly fades. The green slowly fades. The vision of that other star field remains. So both the ghost destroy the gate's clock and the gate is open, completed at the same time. The gate is destroyed and permanently open.
Cool.
Definitely broke space.
Jagger, in your floating, you shot at that ghost. You see that ghost become corporeal.
Oh, that sucks to be.
With no spacesuit. You don't know what happened to the other 3 ghosts. They were on the gate when it got crunched. You do see Doc, you and Twitch are with each other or near each other. you see a humanoid figure who is unconscious, who not unconscious, but who seems to be who you recognize is Karma, outlined in green, slightly moving but floating in space. And as you get to her, and you know, meet up with her, Karma, you're way burned. You're here but not here. You're aware of the present, but you're also aware of other things that live, breathe, and exist in the same time and space, but different dimension than you are normally able to access. And now you are in both.
Okay. So Karma's just got a kind of distant look on her face, pretty much like she's drunk.
Doc is going to see if he can do some maneuvering to at least get Twitch and Karma together, and maybe we can hook together and, you know, I don't know.
Complete the circuit.
maybe pull whatever thing it is that gives off the distress
like emergency beacon. Yeah,
the emergency beacon. Yeah, I do that stuff.
Okay.
If Jagger is, I don't know if Jagger's anywhere nearby, but I reached out on my utility belt and pull out my grappler and fire it at him so he can get a hold on things.
Okay. I'll start with Doc. We'll go Doc, Ordwell, Jagger, Karma, and then Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Several days later, where are you?
Oh.
Starting with Doc, if my crew isn't up and about, I am tending to them. If they are up and about, I am probably working at the clinic.
You're back to your normal routines?
Well, no, hold on. Maybe that's not right. I mean, where are we? I mean, I guess
I don't know. That's basically, I'm giving you guys
right.
almost carte blanche of saying what happens. You know, like both the gate is open and destroyed. You helped save part of the hegemony, but you were also picked up by the hegemony, and
I have a better ending for Doc here.
Okay.
If his crew isn't fixed up, he's tending to them, but he's also looking at the biological samples he took from the two people that were way burned, and is finding ways to tweak his machinery and add to his research on biological effects of the way. And he's in a lab doing mad scientist things.
I'll do a yes and.
Okay.
His lab is a hegemony lab, fully funded, full research staff.
Oh yeah. I can see Doc going dark on this one. Sure, absolutely.
And whether or not, it's up to you whether or not the Doc wants to be there. Like the hegemony doesn't want to let him go after all of this.
I see Doc edging down that mad scientist kind of role there. So,
and they will totally cater to you to do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's heading down that road. He's going to find new and interesting things to do with the way.
Okay, Ordwell.
In some sort of a dive bar somewhere, just haunted, watching like on a portable vid, just like replays of the destruction of the gate and like different news footage of like the Star Dancer smashing into the skeleton key and just like, and then like kind of flashing back to bad crashes he had while he was racing, and just like takes a sip of his, whiskey, replays the video. Takes a sip of his whiskey, replays the video.
And Orwell can't seem to get away from it because it's so soon after this destruction that the bar has multiple screens on it with that stuff. With the Chiron saying what lies beyond this untethered gate. You find out that the gate, the way gates themselves, the physical structure holds that gate in place. And this one is drifting and moving. And as it drifts and moves, it appears like every so often different star fields appear through the gate. They've sent probes through it. Some have returned, but sometimes when a probe goes through and the field shifts, that probe never returns.
Interesting.
Jagger.
Nice.
Jagger is in a he's in a kind of out of the way dive in a rented room. It's not even a proper bedroom. He's literally just found a space for himself, and he is trying to figure out how to communicate with and train the little critter that he found stowed away in Twitch's spacesuit.
Yep. Okay.
After everybody got in, and it's just like he sits and goes like, "You are so disgusting," and he'll like poke at the little tendrils coming out of the front of it, and then just to see how it reacts.
And there's patterns that happen when you poke at the tendrils, and you're thinking maybe there is some intelligence there. So, okay.
That's it.
Karma.
Karma is on the run. She's hunted by the hegemony now because she's got new connections to this gate, and she doesn't quite see things. Her sense of reality is altered now because sometimes she's not sure what she's witnessing, and so she's a little crazy, and she doesn't trust anything anymore, and so she's just on the run.
Okay. I will say, adding on to that, the TAC and the other mendicants have aided you in your flight and are also trying to get you to help you understand or to get some understanding from your experience that you're having. But you're so far beyond where they have been that the best that they're able to do is help you cope a little bit, but and keep you hidden and move you from place to place to keep you out of the hegemony's hands. Twitch.
I imagine Twitch doesn't know very much where he is, because first thing that he would have done was probably flown straight through that gate.
So we see
Nice.
So we see Twitch in all of the chaos directly after the destruction and opening. We see Twitch quietly leaving the group and moving through that to that alien starfield, and then winking out as he crosses some invisible horizon, and we don't know where Twitch is, but he
is getting a collection of probes somehow.
He's we don't know where he is, but Twitch may return. Who knows? We'll see. Twitch is not dead. Let me put it that way. Twitch is not dead.
Is he alive?
We from the camera of Twitch's point of view, he goes through and he's there for a long time, floating in space.
It's the next Dr. Reinhardt.
Some sort of
black hole.
Nice. Some sort of greenish sun is then obscured by some immense ship that then draws Twitch in this portal of light, which then as he's drawn into the ship, the portal closes and the ship moves silently on in through the void.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. This was
Cool.
This was pretty cool.
That was fun.
Went out with a bang.
Yes, we did.
I didn't expect it to go out with this big of a bang. But that's why we play. Everybody else, thanks for listening. If you have feedback, we love it. Send it to us at podcast@layerofsecrets.com or on Twitter, we're at Layer of Secrets. And we stream live on Twitch. Twitch.com/Layer of Secrets. And if you want, you can also visit layerofsecrets.com, leave us feedback, topic ideas, or thoughts of your own of what we talked about or the game or whatever. This is the last of this arc of Scum and Villainy. We don't know what's coming up next. So we're doing the podcast for a little while. But we do intend, we've had some interest by our players here of doing some extra stuff. Perhaps there's some Amber coming. Perhaps there's some, I don't know, D&D, Savage Worlds. Who knows? We'll figure that out. But thanks, everybody. Thanks, all of you, my players. Appreciate you learning the system with me. It was a bumpy road sometimes, but I think we got there.
Oh yeah.
So.
Thank you to our DM too.
Well done.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.